Hi, this is Melissa with Skin Candy by Trendy Trinkets, and we are here today with my assistant Andrea. Say hi.
Hi.
And we are going to be using one of the Skin Candy shampoo bars, and I'm going to show you how to use it, and I'm also going to tell you a little bit about it and why it's so good for your hair. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to wet Andrea's hair, so you would have to wet your hair thoroughly, just like you would any other shampoo that you use that you would buy at a store. The difference between the two is that this shampoo is made specifically with organic glycerin. It's got a lot of natural oils in it, like coconut oil. It's got jojoba in it, which is great for your hair and for your scalp. It's got avocado, and it's also got olive oil. And olive oil, which is an old form of soap making process, is called Castile. It's actually really good for your hair. It seals up the hair follicle, and it allows for really pretty, shiny, soft hair. Okay, so now that our water is nice and warm, we're going to wet down Andrea's hair. Without getting so much water all over her head. And now that her hair is nice and soaking wet, we're going to begin applying the soap. Now, this is a really simple process. Your hands are wet, you're going to wet the soap in the shower, and if you notice, if you just rub it a little bit, whoa! You see how nice and frothy it gets? It's not going to lather a lot like regular soap would, just simply because this is a natural soap. It has no lye and it has no animal byproducts at all whatsoever. But if you notice how it's already getting nice and sudsy. If you're going to be using the soap bar on yourself and only yourself, and it's not going to be used by other members of your household, you can go ahead and apply the soap bar directly on your scalp and on your hair. If you are going to be sharing it with other members of your household, it might be better to just use your hands to apply the soap onto your head, to the shampoo onto your head, instead of putting the bar directly on yourself. Now, just for the ease of use, I'm going to be putting this directly on Andrea. Just simply, it's easier to get it on here. What you're going to do is you're just going to start rubbing it along the edges of your hairline, so that way it gets the root and it gets your scalp. How's that feel so far?
Good.
It feels nice, huh? And if you notice, it starts to lather up right away. Now you got to make sure that your hair is nice and wet, or you keep wetting the soap bar, just simply because since it is made with natural glycerin, glycerin does pull moisture out of anything it touches, so it starts to lather up. So you want to make sure that the hair is really nice and wet. Now, once you do the front end of your head, you're going to part it down the middle, and you're just going to start doing it in sections. You're going to do the middle portion. You're going to pull it in another section here to do the next portion of the hair, all the way down to the root. This is the best way of doing it. This is not going to be one of those things where, you know, you grab a bottle, you unleash wet shampoo into your hand, and all of a sudden it's going to start to lather and it'll get all over your scalp and your head. That's not the case here. It does take a little bit more work to wash the hair, but at least you know that it's something good for you, it's something natural, there's no lye in it, and no animal byproducts in it at all whatsoever. Let's see, we're almost done with the top of the head. And of course, if you were doing this in the shower, you wouldn't have to keep turning on the water and turning it off. I'm just doing it here for conservation purposes. You okay? Yeah. Okay. So now that the top of the head is done, we want to do the bottom. And again, just like on the top, you want to make sure your hair is nice and wet. There we go. See how nicely that's lathering up? Feel nice and silky smooth? Mm-hmm. Now once you've got it all around the crown and the bottom of your head, you're just going to start applying it to the rest of it. The easiest method when you're doing this on yourself is just using a two-hand scrub method, where you're going to grab piece by piece and then just scrub it all the way down. Once you get enough lather in your hair, you can eventually let go of the shampoo bar and then just finish working it through with your fingers. We want to make sure that every inch of hair is covered by the shampoo. Okay, we're almost done. It actually feels really soft, and if you notice how easily your fingers run through your hair, that's because of all of those wonderful natural oils. I've been using this shampoo now for a little while, and I have never had to use conditioner after using it, where before I would buy any other type of store-bought shampoo and I would immediately have to put on conditioner after I rinsed it off. This has the conditioner built into it, and if you notice, the bar hasn't gotten any smaller. It does last quite a few washes. One 5-ounce bar of shampoo is $5, and this will last you anywhere between 70 and 80 washes. If you have longer hair, it might last you a little bit less, but not by much. Okay, go ahead and rinse it all off here so it absorbs all the water that's coming through this way. Turn it this way a little bit, taking it to the other side. Okay, it looks like it's fully rinsed off. So that's it in a nutshell. And the beauty of it is that it leaves your hair feeling nice and clean, and it smells fantastic. The one that I just used on Andrea is the Orange Shine, which is, it can actually be used by any hair type, which is wonderful, but it does leave your hair extra shiny. The orange juice that I put in the Orange Shine shampoo actually makes it really nice and shiny. It's the chemical reaction between the oils and the sugars, the natural sugars in the orange juice. And if you notice, okay, Andrea's hair is usually very dry. And this is typical for her. She has very frizzy, dry hair, if you notice at the beginning of the video. And this is a continuous video, so if you've noticed, I have not had to put any kind of conditioner on her, and look at how smoothly this brush runs down her hair. This is absolutely amazing. When I discovered it, I started using it right away, and I decided to start making them on my own. I did a lot of research as far as to what goes really well with what hair type, and I actually made one that will work with any hair type. So there you have it. You have beautiful, soft, shiny hair that will carry through the shine, whether you decide to blow dry it afterwards or whether you leave it you know, wet and let it naturally dry. It's actually good for that as well. And there's two styles. There's the Orange Shine and there's the Luscious Lemon. Well, thank you very much for watching today, and we hope to see you soon.